The United States government is undergoing a massive transformation. Thousands of federal employees are losing their jobs. This wave of layoffs, the largest in decades, is the brainchild of President Donald Trump and his newly appointed efficiency czar, Elon Musk. Their goal? To streamline the federal government and cut costs. Trump, re-elected in 2024, campaigned on a promise to reduce the size of government. He argues that the federal bureaucracy is bloated and inefficient. Musk, known for his disruptive innovation at Tesla and SpaceX, echoes these sentiments. He sees an opportunity to apply his business acumen to the public sector. The scale of the layoffs is unprecedented. Initial estimates suggest that over 9,500 federal employees have already received pink slips. These cuts are just the beginning, according to Trump and Musk. They plan to offer buyouts to tens of thousands of additional employees in the coming months. The layoffs have sent shockwaves through the federal workforce and beyond. Government employees are left reeling, uncertain about their futures. The impact of these cuts on the delivery of government services remains to be seen. Trump and Musk justify the layoffs by pointing to the dire state of U.S. finances. The national debt has ballooned to $36 trillion. The annual deficit is approaching $2 trillion. For Trump and Musk, these numbers are unsustainable. They argue that the federal government is riddled with waste and duplication. They claim that years of unchecked spending have created a bloated bureaucracy. This bureaucracy, they believe, is hindering economic growth and burdening taxpayers. Musk, in his typical data-driven style, has reportedly identified numerous areas for improvement. He points to outdated systems, redundant programs, and inefficient processes. These inefficiencies, he argues, are costing taxpayers billions of dollars each year. The Trump administration plans to redirect funds saved from the layoffs towards infrastructure projects and national defense. They argue that these investments will create jobs and strengthen the country in the long run. The layoffs are sweeping across numerous federal agencies. Some of the hardest hit include the Department of the Interior, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Department of Education. The Interior Department alone has seen over 2,300 layoffs, with the Bureau of Land Management particularly affected. The EPA, a frequent target of Trump's deregulation efforts, has also experienced significant cuts. The Department of Education, another target of conservative criticism, has seen hundreds of recent hires let go. Other agencies affected include the Department of Energy, the Department of Agriculture, and the Department of Health and Human Services. The Department of Energy has seen layoffs ranging from 1,200 to 2,000 employees. The Department of Agriculture has experienced approximately 3,400 layoffs, impacting agencies like the U.S. Forest Service. HHS, including the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, has seen over 1,300 layoffs. The layoffs have sparked intense debate across the country. Supporters of the move, primarily conservatives and fiscal hawks, applaud Trump and Musk for taking bold action. They argue that the cuts are long overdue and necessary to rein in government spending. Opponents, largely Democrats and labor unions, condemn the layoffs as cruel and counterproductive. They argue that the cuts will harm essential services, weaken the social safety net, and disproportionately impact vulnerable populations. Protests have erupted in cities across the country as people voice their anger and frustration. Government employee unions are challenging the legality of the layoffs. The debate is playing out on Capitol Hill, with Democrats accusing the Trump administration of waging war on government workers. Despite the backlash, Trump and Musk remain undeterred. They view the layoffs as just the first step in a broader effort to restructure the federal government. They have hinted at plans to merge departments, eliminate programs, and further streamline regulations. The coming months will reveal the full impact of these historic layoffs. The consequences for the federal workforce, the delivery of government services, and the nation as a whole are still unfolding. What is clear is that Trump and Musk's bold experiment in government restructuring will continue to shape the American political landscape for years to come.